Alright, what is up, guys? This is your boy Steve, also known as Steve the Reaper. Follow me on Twitter, which will be in the description down below. And let's get right into some more WWE 2K17 news coverage. So before we get right into this, I want to give a big thanks once again to Inner Wrestling Nerd for allowing me to post WWE 2K17 news and coverage exclusively on their website. If you guys want to head on over to their website, www.iwnerd.com. I highly suggest that you guys want to for the latest news in professional wrestling, as well as WWE 2K17 coverage. Now, IGN released an article today, Monday, right before the roster reveal, titled "The 6 Biggest Changes So Far." And when you go onto the article, which I'll leave in the link in the description down below, it has Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins fighting in the crowd. So that looks pretty sweet. Now, I haven't read this article yet, so I'm going to read it live right here for you guys. And yeah, that way you guys can get a decent reaction out of me. And I apologize if I sound tired or whatever. It's just, it's cloudy right now. It feels like I'm in England or something. I don't know. I didn't mean any offense to that, but like from what videos what I've seen, it just seems cloudy and dreary. It's like, why? Anyway, ladder match overhaul is the first thing on the list. In real life, a ladder match means high impact, high altitude spots that get the crowd out of their seats. In wrestling games, ladder matches mean a lot of fussing over how to place your ladder properly and a lot of clunky looking interactions. No more. I will say this, I got frustrated playing 2K16 with trying to place the ladder. It's ridiculous. In WWE 2K17, a ladder can only be set up in 5 specific locations: in front of each set of ropes and in the center of the ring. Just get close to one, press the right button, and it gets set up properly every time. No more setting it up and climbing to the top only to find you're an inch too far to the left. On top of that, you can set a ladder up as a bridge from the apron to the outside barrier, opening up lots of new opportunities. I personally, and this is from the article, by the way, I personally get arm dragged from the inside of the ring to the outside through a ladder before I could do anything more creative, but the possibilities are totally there. By the way, this article is by Vince Ingenito from IGN. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. The Rollout is the next one. Fussy, awkward ladder interactions aside, ladder matches also suffer the same problem that all multi-person matches do. It's a beginning to end free-for-all. That's finally been fixed with the new rollout system. When a member of a multi-person match takes a big burst of damage, they will be forced to roll out to the ringside, where they'll rest for a while. Depending on how badly hurt they are, they'll be stuck there until they've at least partially recovered. At that point, you have a choice. Do I run back in, or do I rest until I'm fully recovered? Coming in early might be a choice if a pinfall is about to be scored, or if you see a perfect opportunity, but coming in fully rested gives you a temporary buff to run wild with. In practice, this means you won't spend the entirety of a triple threat match bumbling around the ring with 2 combatants to worry about. Much like an actual triple threat match, and God, I can't talk today. Much like an actual triple threats, it naturally becomes a sort of round robin with dramatic moments where a resting wrestler will pop back into the ring at the last second to prevent a pinfall. Finally, these matches have an ebb and flow that feels like the real thing and provides a layer of decision making that just wasn't there previously. So that's pretty cool to see. They're making changes to all multi-man matches to make it more simulation based and actually like a wrestling match. So that's pretty cool. Backstage Brawls and fighting in the crowd, probably the most anticipated new feature being added. Well, okay, Backstage Brawls aren't new. They've been in WWE games before. and so is fighting the crowd actually. But I think last time we saw Backstage Brawls was 2K14 or 2K15. I have no idea. Anyways, finally, at long last, you can fight backstage or in the crowd again. You can either play a separate backstage brawl match where you win by a KO knockout, or you can transition from any no DQ style match right into a backstage scrap. There are 3 separate backstage areas and a bevy of interactive props to get nasty with. There are even a handful of backstage only OMG moments to really put the hurt on your opponent with. I didn't get to try fighting the crowd myself, sadly, but it can happen during any match type regardless of rule set. That's very interesting. So, does that mean in the Royal Rumble, if like we get eliminated and then we can go back in and attack the person that we eliminated, and then we can fight them in the crowd? That would be kind of cool to see. But the fact that you can transition in from no DQ matches and you can go backstage is pretty cool to see and hear. I believe you could do that with Here Comes the Pain. I'm pretty sure you could do that. So pretty cool to see this feature back in. Taunting matters. Taunting has mostly been a way to role-play wrestler of choice more than anything, but now it has an actual gameplay purpose. Some taunts grant you a temporary damage boost, while others increase the rate at which you gain momentum for a time. Finding chances to taunt is easier than ever too, since you can now taunt in a much wider variety of locations. Doing the right taunt at the right time can really turn the tides. So instead of just giving you a boost to get to your signature, taunting actually has somewhat of a more of a purpose. So that's awesome to see that, while taunting was fun and, it built up to get your signature and then eventually your finisher, it's really great to see that it now has a bigger purpose, and I kind of like this new little mechanic that they added. Major reversals play a bigger role. Major reversals were a new addition last year, but you seldom saw them because of how narrow their timing window was. This is true. If you guys don't know what major reversals were, it was when the reversal button popped up on the screen and it was in a red circle. So, and then they went away really fast. It was kind of odd. This year, the timing is a bit more forgiving, and it does a lot more for you when you land one. In addition to getting a bit of an offensive boost like before, a successful major reversal locks out your opponent's ability to perform reversals of their own. So that's pretty cool. This is a particularly big deal for creating an opportunity to get a clutch finishing move off without fear of having it turned around on you. More than even last year, I really found myself holding onto a couple of reversals while taking a beating, choosing to wait for a major reversal opportunity to really turn things around. That's not what I did. I don't think I've hit a single major reversal while playing 2K16. So, I can't really say. Chain wrestling and submission changes. Chain wrestling was a pretty cool feature for 2K15 and 2K16. Of all the neat new features we've seen from Ukes and visual concepts over the last few years, chain wrestling and the new submission system have been the two most contentious. They aren't going anywhere this year, but some changes have been made to help address the complaints some of the fan base has voiced. Chain wrestling is no longer automatically engaged at the start of the match, thank God. It will still happen if two characters try to grapple each other simultaneously or in other situations based on the wrestler's style and personality, but it is no longer the standard way to start a match. And this is from the writer, while I dig the chain wrestling system, it being the guaranteed match opener didn't make a lot of sense, so I'm glad it plays a smaller role. As for the submission system, it's been turned so that your rotating pie wedges aren't so slippery. It definitely feels like you have more control in submission situations as a result. That said, some people still just want to mash buttons. I can't think of anybody that wants to mash buttons still. And for them, an alternate submission system can be turned on that lets them go back to the days of controller smashing and mash. Oh, wow. Okay. How that will work online with people wanting different styles is up in the air, but it's cool that 2K is giving everyone a chance to play the way that they want. That is cool. That you can go back to the old days of button mashing with the submission system. Personally, it was a pain for me to button mash just to get out of submission, especially like if you're like 3/4 of the way of a breaking point and then it was just game over. But very cool to see all these new changes, these major changes to the WWE games. So I'm very happy to see that 2K is actually trying to make this more like a WWE ring, a WWE match, and I'm very much looking forward to what else they have to reveal for us. So that's going to wrap up this 2K17 news coverage. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please make sure to body slam that like button below. Subscribe to make sure that this video gets in your cell box. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for the latest updates. Don't forget to turn on notifications to know when videos like this hit my channel. And also don't forget to check out Inner Wrestling Nerd. All their social media links and their website will be in the description down below. Make sure to go ahead and check them out. And with that being said, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. If you're watching this on the website, stick around for more WWE 2K17 coverage. Peace.